Welcome to my channel. My name is Sammy, and this is my May reading wrap-up. Let's go. So May was a crazy month, and it was a struggle bus to fit reading in, to be honest. But I did read 3 books, which in my mind is pretty good because I am so amazed when I see the book girlies reading like 17 books a month, and I'm like, queens. I don't know how they do it. But I did read 3 books, so let's go through those books. Before we start, I just like to show you my earrings. I don't know if you can see the little books of the Murder on the Orient Express. I'll cut in a up close video of them. They are so stinking cute. They're so lightweight. If I can find the shop, I got them on Etsy. If I can find the shop that they are from, I'll link it in the description box below. I'll put their name right here. I love them. It's so cute. It's just a little book. Also, they're so lightweight. They're so lightweight. I can. So stinking cute. I'm in love. I'm obsessed. Okay, let's get to the books because I'm just lollygallying. I can't help myself. I'm a big talker. So the first book I read in the month of May was actually for my library reading challenge, which is each month you read a book about what is celebrated that month. So the month of May was Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. So the book I read for this was A Pho Love Story by Lone Lee. I found it on Libby. Classic Libby library. Used books. Mostly what I do. Okay, this book is about 2 teenagers whose families have rival restaurants, and the teenagers, they just both grew up knowing their families hated each other, but they never really knew why. And just from that, it reminded me of Salt and Sugar. I love that book so much. They had rival bakeries, and it was very similar. And kind of like give the essence of Romeo and Juliet, even though I actually don't, I'm not like obsessed with the story of Romeo and Juliet, but I love when I love when books take the like trope of Romeo and Juliet and just add on to it. And I think it's interesting. I like it. It's a trope I like. So basically going through the whole book of them actually getting to know each other because they haven't been allowed to, and also get down deep into why are our families fighting? Well, let's get down to the truth of it, you know? And yeah, I'll just stop there. I really enjoyed it. I believe I rated it a 4 stars. And I believe it is considered YA. I really enjoyed it. It was just a good, fun read. It did not beat Salt and Sugar for me. It didn't. But I found it actually was based in California, so I found some connection in that. I think it was a really good book to choose for my library challenge to celebrate Asian Pacific American Heritage Month because this author really went in depth of the struggles of growing up in a Asian household of the one girl, like, she wanted to be an artist, and she had struggles with her parents wanted her to do, but it's like it was all out of love. They just want the best. They want you to be able to make money and not have the things that they didn't get to have. Parents were immigrants, so they came over to America. So they didn't have all the things that she has now, and also they just want to give her a good life. And I've just found that really interesting. I love learning about different cultures, and also all the food sounded like I do have to say, any Salt and Sugar in this book, do not read it with an empty stomach because you will get hungry. Absolutely, I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend. Pretty short read, wasn't too bad, and yeah, I really think I chose a great book for my library challenge, and I got to check it off. So nice. The next book I read was Good Girl Bad Blood. I don't know why I always want to see it. I think I'm thinking of the Taylor Swift song Bad Blood. whatever. So this is, as it says here, the sequel to Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So this is the second one. I actually only own this because I got it at my used bookstore that supports my local library. And I, of course, did I wish they had all three? Absolutely. But they only had this one. And I'm fine. I know some people, they don't love when they don't have complete series. And I felt that too, but also I don't care. Sometimes too, when people say that, like, they don't like if they're all paperback and want hardcover. Like, yeah, is it my favorite thing? No, but as long as I have the books, I'm fine. I'm pretty sure I have, like, the Hush Hush series over here. All paperbacks except the final one's hardcover. Which also, Hush Hush series. What was that? I feel like it was a fever dream. I don't know. Don't ask me. No clue. Okay, sorry, back to Good Girl Bad Blood. So this is actually one of my anticipated reads for this year, and also, obviously, want to continue with the series. I'm going to give the most generic synopsis for this one just because it is the second book in the series, so if you haven't read the first one, I won't give you spoilers. Basically, the main character in this whole series is Pip, and she gets involved in another true crime case. And you follow on with her solving it, basically. And this one, 5 stars. 5 stars. Same as the first one. I'm probably gonna rate the third one 5 stars too. I'm just how it's going. At the end of this book, I bawled my eyes out, and I don't know if necessarily it was fully the book. It might have just been my mental state at the time too. But I feel like most girls can see themselves in Pip, and so just all the stuff she's going through, I feel so bad. But I love her so much. And yes, I won't go too much depth because I don't want to spoil nothing. But I really enjoyed it. Would I like it more than the first one? Absolutely not. The first one will always have a special place in my heart. I kind of already want to reread it. But I really, really enjoyed. So happy I own this copy now. And I am so excited for the TV series coming out. The only thing is, I know it was BBC, but I watched a trailer, and I didn't know that she was gonna have a British accent, and I didn't like it. I don't know if the actress is the best at doing a British accent. It seemed very forced, and I'm a little scared. But I'm gonna try to look past it, listen past it, and just watch it because I love it so much. But I was kind of hoping that she just wouldn't have an accent and no one would say anything. No hate, absolutely. I'm obsessed and I'm so excited. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna binge it so quick, and I better get renewed because I want at least 3 seasons so we can do each book. Yes. I'm so excited to see Pip and Ravi on the, big screen, but on the screen, whatever. Yes. So yes, highly recommend. I believe this is YA mystery, 5 stars. And I love too is oh yeah, see, like this, they put like pictures in it, like it's a picture of evidence, and I love seeing it. It's just like, I'm a visual person, I love that. Also too, someone tell me, is this part of the book or not? This was randomly in my thing, but it doesn't look handwritten. It says Kim, but I feel it. It feels printed, but then it's this whole like love note to Kimberly from Jason, and I thought it was part of the book, but there's no name Kim in the book. So if someone knows if this like goes with the third one or something, let me know. If it doesn't go with anything, then I just got a cute love note in my book. And if Kim wants it back, let me know. Yeah, so 5 stars. Highly recommend if you have not read the series. Even if you are adult, any age can read this book. It doesn't have to be a young adult. I feel like everyone can enjoy this, especially if you're a visual person. Obsessed. So the last book I read in the month of May was The Body in the Library by Agatha Christie. So this book is ginormous, but it's actually 3 Miss Marple books in one book. So pretty much all my books I buy from a used bookstore and or their library books. So, but this one, and I love it because it's 3 Miss Marple books. So, and I'm starting my journey of reading Miss Marple books this year. So I was like, I need to finish off this month with a good Agatha Christie, and it was only like 160 pages. So highly recommend if you need a short book to add into your reading challenge. I recommend. So I read The Biden Library, which is actually the 3rd book in the Miss Marple series, which you don't technically have to go in order, but I'm a order kind of girl, so I like to read in order. The only thing is, they didn't have the 2nd book in this. It's a 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So technically, everyone hold your gasps. I have not read the 2nd one. I know. It's really beat me up inside. I most likely will read the 2nd book next month. In June, my birthday month.
So excited. I'll tell you what age I'm turning because I get anxiety about that.
Okay, so I read The Body in the Library, which is a Miss Marple series by Agatha Christie. So, The Body in the Library is about this couple who wakes up one morning and they find a body in their library. Simple as that. They find a body in their library. But library as in their home. That's just kind of like what they called it back then. Everyone had a library in their home, which I'm really mad we still don't do that. I really would like a library in my house, but whatever. So nobody in the house, the couple, the employees, no one knows who this girl is. So immediately, of course, they call up the police and try to figure out what this is. So basically, Miss Marple gets roped in by the Mrs. Bantry. Everyone just knows in this town that Miss Marple is kind of like an amateur sleuth, and she just can be. It's really interesting how she solves crimes. She really just compares different personalities, and she's able to determine people who has this personality and how they'll react, and if they're most likely are the murderer or not. Yeah, I found this book very interesting. I feel like there was twists and turns I didn't see coming because it's Agatha Christie. She always gets me, and I did not guess who did it because she's too good. She's too good. I am so mad that so many people out there who have like a favorite author and they can like go to their book signing and get their book signed and meet them. I'm so envious of you because my favorite author, which of course I have other favorite authors, but my number one is Agatha Christie, and I can't meet her. I can't get a book signed by her, and that hurts my heart so much. Cause like I want to tell her so bad, you don't understand how happy your books make me. I'll shut up. But yeah, so basically you just follow on Miss Marple solving it, and also too there is a handicapped person in this book, which I feel like that was the first I read in her books, which I thought was very interesting. Also, you gotta read it with the mind that this was, I'm pretty sure it said like the 40s, 1941. So, this was written in the 40s. I do feel like she does evolve with the times with her books. Also, I love to, let me read you this blurb in the back, which I think is incredible. This is how Agatha Christie started her mystery writing. So, Agatha Christie, whose books are bestsellers all over the world, fell into mystery writing quite by chance. At one dinner in 1915, her sister casually said, "I bet you can't write a good detective story." Dame Agatha Christie promptly took up the challenge. Armed with her love of Sherlock Holmes stories and a substantial knowledge of poisons which she picked up while working at Red Cross Hospital during World War I, Agatha Christie wrote The Mystery Affair at Styles. 6 publishers rejected the manuscript before the Dudley Head in London decided to take a gamble. Agatha Christie's first book was published in 1920, launching a career that would span more than 50 years and result in more than 100 spellbinding stories and plays. I'm obsessed with her. Like, my dream one day is to one day get save up some money and go to England, which that's already a whole thing because I've only been on an airplane one time. Never been outside the US. but I would love to go to England and visit Agatha Christie's house. They have like a tour and everything, and just to like be able to see where she lived and wrote some stories. And I know they have like a festival, I believe in like September, but I could be wrong. They have a festival in England to celebrate her, and I would love to go during that festival. But that's like a dream of mine. But yeah, so I rated this story. I only read the one, so not all three, just one. And I rated it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I do feel like, obviously, Peril has a special place in my heart, so I enjoy the Peril ones a little more than Miss Marple. Nothing against her. Maybe I just haven't found the one of hers that I am obsessed with yet. I did feel like I got to know her more and understood her more and liked her more in this one than the first one. I feel like she wasn't really in the first one that much. I feel like she was really in this one, and I like that. I always hate when like halfway through the book Peril still hasn't shown up. I'm like, I want Peril. But yeah, so definitely if you have not tried any Agatha Christie books, highly, highly recommend trying it. Just give it a good old try. I do have to say, give it 3 books. Give it 3 books until you like, I don't like it. Because her writing, it is dated, but because she wrote it and dated, she wrote it in a long time ago. And so, but I feel like there's just such good mysteries, and I highly recommend, if you need one, read The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. That's like my top ones still, and I think it always will have a special place mark because it's the first one I read. But so good. So good. She's a mastermind. Literally cue up like Alexa play Mastermind by Taylor Swift. Like, so good. But yeah, so also my mom recently picked this up at the used bookstore for me one day, and it's the first book, Mystery of Styles, that Agatha Christie wrote on a dare or bet. How slick is that? So that's all the books I read in the month of May. Please comment down below what was your favorite book you read of this month. I would probably say The Body in the Library, just because I actually got to know Miss Marple a bit more, and I understand her and like her a little bit more. She's growing on me. It's not like I hate her. I like her. Perro's my man. I love Perro. Man. Fictional characters, guys. Books, guys, are insane. Have you ever just been like, there's so many worlds in these tiny little rectangles? That makes me feel alive. Isn't it crazy? What else? Okay, I'll shut up because I can't stop talking today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It means so much to me. And I'll see you in my next video in my birthday month. Bye! It's either from the used book library, my used book what?